not being in the finals or being in the finals. It's the fact that Caitlin Clark is in the league that is allowing other teams to still have these pretty decent ratings.
Combat these things. And then you know what else we learned? It feels good to stand up for yourself. It feels even better to stand up for others.
Remember when the WNBA was just starting to get popular? Packed arenas, new fans, all that hype. Well, kiss that goodbye if Caitlin Clark leaves. This rumored $100 million offer could set women's basketball back decades. And believe it or not, some WNBA players are actually rooting for her to leave out of jealousy. Yup, it's like a civil war in the league, and we've got all the inside scoop. Let's rewind to life in the WNBA before Caitlin Clark. Imagine empty seats, low TV ratings, and a league barely making waves. The Indiana Fever? Hardly a blip on the radar. But once Caitlin Clark arrived, everything changed. Suddenly, the WNBA was the hottest ticket in town. Arenas packed, social media buzzing, and TV ratings skyrocketing. Just how big of a deal is she? One game featuring Clark pulled in 2.5 million viewers. And it wasn't a one-off. Every time she hit the court, people tuned in. What do you think? Can the WNBA survive without Caitlin? Or will her leaving be the end of an era?
League drew an audience of 929,000, according to ESPN. The numbers were nowhere near what they were with Caitlin Clark.
The Indiana Fever, once barely on the radar, became must-see TV when Caitlin Clark hit the scene. Sports analysts couldn't stop raving. One even said, Caitlin Clark has reignited a passion for women's basketball. And they weren't wrong. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was putting on a show. Her deep three-pointers, no-look passes, and court vision were unmatched, and fans were hooked. But here's the craziest part. When the Fever got eliminated from the playoffs, the ratings plummeted. We're talking nearly a 50% drop. A game without Clark drew just 929,000 viewers, with almost half the audience gone. It's a clear sign of her influence on the WNBA's popularity.
Staying with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever now eliminated. Game 1 of the Aces Liberty matchup on Sunday drew an average of 929,000 viewers.
Not being in the finals or being in the finals. It's the fact that Caitlin Clark is in the league that is allowing other teams to still have these pretty decent ratings.
The tension between WNBA veterans and Caitlin Clark comes down to this. Clark is doing what many players before her couldn't. She's drawing in fans, cash, and media attention on an unprecedented scale. Players like Angel Reese have worked hard to make a name for themselves, only to see this rookie come in and take the spotlight. For veterans, it's tough to watch a newcomer get the endorsements, the fan love, and the media buzz they've fought years to build, but Clark's impact goes beyond just her popularity. She's now at the center of a potential game-changing offer. Rumor has it that a EuroLeague team is offering her a whopping $100 million contract. To put that in perspective, the top WNBA salary last season was around $300,000. This EuroLeague offer? It's over 330 times that amount. And although Clark is already earning $774,000 with the Indiana Fever, far more than most in the league, this European payday could be life-altering. This isn't just about Clark, though. It's exposing the WNBA's struggle to keep up financially. Many WNBA players, like Angel Reese, have openly discussed financial challenges. Reese even shared that her salary doesn't fully cover her rent. It's a stark reminder that, despite the glamour of pro sports, many women players face real struggles to make ends meet. That if Clark accepts the deal, it could spark a wave of talent leaving for overseas leagues, where players can earn life-changing sums. This offer has highlighted the WNBA's need to evolve financially, or risk losing not just players but the very stars who've put the league in the spotlight. If Clark goes, the WNBA wouldn't just be losing a player, they'd be losing their biggest star, the one who has driven fans, sponsors, and media coverage like no one before.
You think of the greats that came into this league that hadn't been able to really make that happen.
You bet your ass there is a Caitlin Clark effect on all of basketball, and especially on women's basketball.
Caitlin Clark isn't just marketable. She's redefining the WNBA with a playing style that feels revolutionary. This is no ordinary rookie. Clark combines the vision of Magic Johnson, Steph Curry's deep shooting range, and the tenacity of Allen Iverson, creating a dynamic that's leaving defenders and fans in awe. What sets Clark apart isn't just her skill set, but how she wields it. She seems to read the game 2 steps ahead of everyone else, consistently spotting passing lanes no one else can see. And when she's not setting up teammates, she's making impossible shots from near half-court, turning logo threes into her signature move. The rest of the league? They're scrambling to figure her out, but it's clear she's operating on a different level. This kind of game-changing presence is making some veterans nervous. Clark isn't just raising the bar, she's rewriting the playbook, forcing teams to rethink their defensive strategies entirely. The question on everyone's mind: how will the WNBA adapt to a player who doesn't just excel, but elevates the whole game?
And she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists, breaking, like you said, the assist record. To be able to do that as a rookie.
Combat these things. And then you know what else we learned? A, it feels good to stand up for yourself. It feels even better to stand up for others.
Caitlin Clark is rewriting the game in real time, forcing coaches to throw out their old playbooks and strategize from scratch. Players who've spent years in the WNBA are suddenly feeling like rookies again, struggling to match her pace and outsmart her moves. And it's not just her scoring they're up against. Her court awareness, passing, off-ball movement, and rebounding make her a constant threat. As one coach put it, Caitlin seems like the solution to so many things, yet players are making her out to be the problem. That's the level of impact Clark has. She's not just a player. She's a whole new challenge, but here's the kicker. Her influence goes beyond the court. Young girls watching Clark play are seeing basketball as more than just a test of speed or strength. They're learning that the game is about creativity, vision, and having the guts to take those audacious shots. Clark is raising the bar, proving that women's basketball can be just as intense, strategic, and electrifying as the men's game. She's not only transforming how it's played now, she's inspiring the next generation to push boundaries, embrace versatility, and aim higher than ever before.
Want me to just say I told you so, or are you willing to say, Stephen A., you did tell us? Really? Caitlin Clark is the golden.
The Clark Cam is shaking things up, and it's not just fans who are taking notice. This new camera feature, which tracks Caitlin Clark's every move on the court, has given fans an exclusive, up-close view of her gameplay, almost as if they're right there, seeing the game from her eyes. People are loving it, calling it a game-changer in how we experience live basketball. But not everyone's thrilled. Some WNBA stars feel that the Clark Cam is tipping the spotlight too far, creating divisions within the league. Is it elevating the WNBA by highlighting a true superstar, or is it unfairly putting Clark on a pedestal? Clark's impact on and off the court is undeniable, but this new focus is sparking questions. With cameras trained on her every move, fans are treated to the ultimate courtside experience, seeing her court vision, decision-making, and hustle in real time. For Clark, breaking barriers is just part of her game, but with this innovation she's pushing the boundaries of fan engagement in women's sports. Whether this technology sets a trend or stirs controversy, one thing's for sure: the Clark Cam is keeping everyone's eyes on her, and the league may never look the same.
Can't seem to understand is, you get what you put in, and right now, you are getting exactly what you deserve.
People, but there are some out there who resent the fact that this young white girl came out there and did her thing.
The Clark Cam is sparking serious debate in the WNBA, with veterans speaking out against what they see as an over-the-top focus on one player. Their argument? Basketball is a team sport, and dedicating a whole camera to one star, especially during moments when she's not even in the game, feels like a slap in the face. Imagine making an impressive defensive play, only for the broadcast to stay on Clark as she catches her breath on the sidelines. It's creating a new layer of tension as directors now have to decide between showing crucial team action or sticking with Clark. A WNBA broadcaster called the Clark Cam a game changer for how it allows fans to connect with Caitlin, and that's true. Fans are tuning in just to see her, boosting viewership even if her team isn't dominating. But this new approach is reshaping the way women's basketball is presented. Is the extra attention on Clark elevating the game's exposure or risking the team spirit that defines it? As the league wrestles with this question, one thing is clear. The Clark Cam is here to stay, but it might come at a cost.
Clark should be getting so much more credit, but unfortunately there are still haters who are trying to bring her down.
The WNBA faces a pivotal decision, one that could define its future. Caitlin Clark's rise has brought the league unprecedented attention, but the Clark Cam and the rumored $100 million offer from Europe have sparked questions about the league's identity and its players' dynamics. Are teammates feeling the strain of a single-player spotlight? With Clark's every move broadcasted, other players might feel overshadowed, perhaps even changing how they play to get in the spotlight themselves. That if the WNBA makes major concessions to keep Clark, it risks upsetting team chemistry, the salary structure, and even longtime veterans who've worked tirelessly for years. Yet, if they let her leave, they might lose a massive fan base and much of the new excitement Clark has inspired. Should the WNBA prioritize retaining its biggest star, or hold firm and risk the consequences? With the clock ticking and all eyes on the league, the WNBA stands at a true crossroads. This decision isn't just about Clark, it's about the direction and sustainability of women's basketball. So what do you think? Should the WNBA bend to keep Clark, or stand firm and gamble with the league's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation going.